Hello from the Tour de France. We're here with Chris Riekert, Specialized, to talk about the new McLaren Tarmac bicycle. In a nutshell, what is special about this machine?
This has been a project, in the making ever since 2009 when we started working with McLaren. We really view McLaren as a technological partner. They bring a lot to the table in terms of analysis with how we develop products.
Briefly, people who don't know, what is McLaren?
Sure. Yeah, McLaren is a Formula One team as well as a science group. So they run a program called McLaren Applied Technologies, which reaches out to other companies around the world to help develop new pieces for them. We work with the McLaren Applied Technologies group on a lot of bicycle products. The original McLaren Venge in 2009, the McLaren TT helmet that we worked on a couple of years ago, and then the latest product being the McLaren Tarmac that we just launched a couple of days ago.
Tarmac S-Works is already pretty special, pretty high-end bike. How is this different from the S-Works model?
Absolutely. Ben, you were with us back in California, and you got a chance to ride the 2015 Tarmac. Essentially what McLaren brought to the table was this idea of ply-by-ply analysis. So we had developed the shape in-house with our engineers back in California, a shape that's really structurally sound to help make sure that each rider individually gets a great performing, great handling product. With McLaren coming to the table, they're able to look at the individual layers, the individual sheets of carbon fiber that come into the product to help shave weight out of the bike. So about 10% in weight savings in the frame, another 80 grams or so out of the wheels, out of the handlebar, and all through the bike. Weight that's taken out of the whole project, not at a cost to performance. So that's the real goal. We don't want to have just a light bike for the sake of being light. Our goal is to have a bike that performs and handles just like the guys in the Pro Tour would want to ride. This is the only one that's in the full production spec with Revol wheels and everything on it. In the Tour, you're going to see 3 other riders. So Nicolas Roche, Jakob Fuglsang, and then Kwiatkowski has one as well.
On the McLaren frame set, different build, zip wheels,
Exactly.
And the team spec.
Exactly. So yeah, all the guys that are running the bikes in the Tour de France throughout the next 3 weeks will be on their specific team spec. This bike, how we see it here, is exactly how it's going to be sold to 250 people globally.
Tell us a little bit about the size-specific tubing. We've got some good examples here.
This is something that we thought up a while ago, as rather than developing one frame and then guessing as to how stiff or how much performance is going to be needed to be added to another size. When we started to develop Tarmac, we started developing each size individually. So whether it's a 49 centimeter or something as large as a 61 centimeter, we wanted to make sure that the performance targets for the rider really come back to giving each rider individually the best performance. If you look at the difference in tube shaping and tube sizing on these, you end up seeing a pretty big difference in the actual diameter of the tube as well as the wall thickness in terms of the number of layers of carbon fiber. It's a pretty stark difference, but what we realized from the SL4 to the new bike is that we were not going big enough. The large size of the 61s needed to be, somewhere around 30 to 35% stiffer than what we were creating ahead of time. Likewise, there is such a thing as too stiff. So bikes like the 49 were actually so stiff that they were chattering across the road. And so whether it's the McLaren bike or the S-Works bike, the Pro or the Expert that you'll be able to buy in local stores, all of those get this idea of rider-first engineering, where they're designed as a specific project with targets based around the rider's weight.
Cool stuff. Thanks, Chris. 250 of these. Get yours now if we got the coin.
Absolutely.